Hi, my name is Angel Contreras, and this is for Chicano Cinemas, and this is my oral report. I decided to do my grandfather, whose name is Paul William Miranda. He was born in Zapopan, Mexico, which I'm at right now, and I have been studying here for the past 4 months for Spanish. And let me get started talking about my grandfather. I asked him a few questions about what his opinions were on immigration. He was born in 1930, and his family decided to immigrate to the United States in Northern California in 1931. Questions that I asked him is, why did he want to come to the United States? And he was only a year old when he came to the United States, but he did ask the questions to his parents when he was probably about, he said maybe 7 years old. He decided to ask him, because he started to realize who he was and who he was becoming, and he was getting picked on for being Mexican. But his mother told him that to be a part of the American dream, which why everyone comes to America, to be a part of the American dream. And then the second question that I asked him was, how was his experience? How was his experience when he was younger, and when he was growing up, and how it affected him? And he said the United States was one of his best experiences. Moving here, of course, he was 1 year old, but he had older brothers and sisters that told him about it, and how difficult it was to come here, and how difficult it was growing up, being picked on. It's what his family wanted. His family was best for his family because of the economy and the way it was in Mexico at the time. And it was difficult, of course, difficult at first, but it got easier through the years. And another question that I asked him was, what conflict did he have? Did he have any conflicts growing up? And he said that when he started to go to school, he was always, called, of course, the discriminating names, like, of course, wetback, dirty, why aren't you working, you don't belong here, stop speaking Spanish. He even said that some of the teachers told him, stop speaking Spanish, that you're in America, that it's never going to change to being a Spanish-speaking country. And that's pretty funny. I wish that he can go back and tell his teacher, look at how many Mexicans here that, or I should say, Chicanos or Latin Americans have that the culture that the language is so popular now, and even I'm right now, trying to learn Spanish. So it's very it was a very difficult time, and even my father, he said that he was ashamed, not ashamed, but that his teachers told him, that it's not right to speak Spanish. It wasn't the time, and that's why he said he never taught me, because it was a time back then that they were being discriminated for who they were and their language and that. So it has kind of torn the culture a little bit, but I'm trying to bring back the language into my family. Another question that I asked him after the conflict question is that, what do you appreciate here in America? And he responded, he appreciated everything. He appreciated his family, coming here, uh, realizing that you have to make the American dream, that it's just not given to you, that you have to work for what you want. and that his family didn't have those opportunities in Mexico, and he appreciates that. It makes him stronger. It makes his family stronger, and he's proud. He's proud to say that he's from Mexico, but he's proud to say that he is from now from the United States, and that um, it has given him what he's wanted and his family's wanted, and he's happy for that, and he believes that he's lived the American dream, and that he's giving back to America. He volunteered as a firefighter and just trying to do his best as he can and living up to the American dream and helping his family out here in the United States. I asked my grandfather what his ethical views are as of today, and he said, one of the big problems, and I bet you a lot of other people are gonna say that their interviewer said that racial profiling. But racial profiling is a big problem because America is a big melting pot, and that he believes that it's wrong, and that he said that how could a police officer, pull any Latin American off the streets and accuse them that they don't have their papers, that they don't belong here, that they're an immigrant, asking for their papers. And so that's a problem, he said, that will probably occur for a long time. And that he said that that's something that needs to be fixed in America. I really enjoyed interviewing my grandfather. I had to interview him over FaceTime due to the fact that I am Mexico, but I like to hear his political and ethical ideas on immigration, and I learned a lot about him with this project, so I really appreciate it. And I really appreciate this class because it's something meaningful to me because I am Mexican American, and I absolutely love the Chicano history, and it's something that they don't teach in high school, and I appreciate them teaching in college, and I can't wait to learn more in this class. And this is my oral report for Chicano Cinemas, and this is Angel Contreras. Thank you. This is my grandfather's mothers and brothers. This is my grandfather and my grandmother. This is my grandfather's cousins in Mexico and Zapopan. This is my great-grandfather that had the same name as my grandfather. This is my grandfather and his cousins. This is my grandfather when he worked in the glass container company.